nanohub.org.
Online simulation and more for nanotechnology.
Hi everyone, I'm Amy Joo. I'm the Marketing and Community Engagement Specialist for nanoHUB. We have a few other nanoHUB team members here, Travis, Joe, and Rick back there. We're all really happy to be joining you this afternoon, and nanoHUB is especially happy to be a sponsor of the conference this year. And we have just a brief message from nanoHUB leadership who wasn't able to be here today. The nanoHUB team and leadership have long recognized the importance of the intersection of various scientific disciplines in the field of nanotechnology. So we've hosted materials and code supporting the chemistry community, going back to some of the original nanoHUB content partners funded in our first 10 years, such as Dr. George Schatz at Northwestern, who will be speaking shortly. And while our director couldn't be here today, he encourages the theoretical chemistry community to explore nanoHUB again or for the first time if you haven't heard of us, and consider utilizing our platform to reach a broad and diverse audience when disseminating your code and other materials. So with that being said, we can dive into what nanoHUB is. So today I'm just going to be talking briefly about what is nanoHUB, how you can get started in nanoHUB, and some of the chemistry resources that we have on nanoHUB. So first of all, kind of just in a broad sense, nanoHUB is an open access cyber infrastructure. And to go along with that, nanoHUB is an app development workspace, a toolbox of simulation apps, and those all run in the cloud. All you need is a browser and internet. You don't have to download any software or anything like that. It's a publishing platform, a library of STEM resources. We have almost 8,000 resources now in nanoHUB, and that includes over 800 simulation tools. And we're also a worldwide community. We have members from all over the world that are part of nanoHUB. So getting started in nanoHUB is really easy. It's free to create an account. If you want to do so, you just go to nanohub.org, and there's some sign-up information in the top right side corner that says sign up. And you can either sign up through your institutional login if you have one that's listed with the InCommon Federation, or you can just use any email, such as Gmail. And like I said, we have some chemistry resources in nanoHUB. And so we created a group landing page in our chemistry group. And group is just kind of a term for the different communities in nanoHUB. So I'm going to be going over the chemistry group briefly today. And if you guys got a nanoHUB flyer in your folders from the booth outside, it has the URL to get to the group. Okay, so once you go to nanoHUB and you create your account, you can join this group if you'd like to. In the upper left corner underneath the group image, you'll see a join or request membership button, and that's all you have to do to join the group. You don't have to do anything special beyond that. So here we've just kind of collected some of our chemistry resources, kind of a curated collection we thought might be useful to this community in particular. So here we have the flyer that I mentioned. Right here, and it kind of calls out some of the different things that we have in nanoHUB for the chemistry community, as well as a survey, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But just to go back to the group page, here you can see some tiles on how to get started in nanoHUB. So if you come back to nanoHUB later after the conference, a good place to start is getting started on nanoHUB. That's if you don't have an account yet. And this kind of goes over how to create an account and all the different types of things you can do when you're just getting started in nanoHUB. And then also in this chemistry group, we have live webinars. All of the nanoHUB webinars are usually online, and we will record all of them. So you can sign up for upcoming webinars, or you can go back and look through previous webinars that we've had. We have chemistry labs and activities, simulation tools. And here you can access all of these. These are not all of the simulation tools on nanoHUB, but just some of the ones we picked out to share in this group. We have K through 12 outreach, we have presentations, and then we also have a chemistry forum. And if you come here, if you're looking into nanoHUB later and you guys have questions about nanoHUB, this is a good place to kind of leave your questions, and you can get connected with the nanoHUB community. And also on your flyers, there's some contact information for one of our team members as well. And then we also have a special group for chemistry instructors. So if you're an instructor, you can join that group. It's a private group. And then last, on this group page, I wanted to show some of the selected tool engines that we have. So if you come to this page, you can kind of click on these different tiles here, and it'll show you all the associated resources with that tool in nanoHUB. So it'll take you to the tool itself, but also maybe their teaching materials or presentations, just any type of associated content there. And that's kind of all I wanted to show. It was just a really brief, short intro, and I encourage you all to explore nanoHUB for yourselves when you have some free time. So yeah, like I said, that was it. Thank you so much for your time today. We really hope you'll try out nanoHUB for yourself. Our team is always available to help out if you have any questions, or if there's something that you don't see in nanoHUB that would be useful for you. We're open to adding new things to nanoHUB. And on the flyers, you can reach out to Dr. Tanya Fulton. She's our Assistant Director of Education and Community Engagement. And her email is on the flyer in your packet, or you can use the forum in this group, like I mentioned earlier. So during the remaining time, we'll hear from Professor George Schatz and Professor Mike Ruppert, who have both used different nanoHUB toolkits to create interactive GUIs for games, which is installed in nanoHUB. Professor Mike Ruppert is here at Purdue and is using nanoHUB Jupyter notebooks in his classes and for research, and you'll hear more about that in just a bit. And then now I'd like to introduce Dr. George Schatz, who was one of the early nanoHUB partners at Northwestern University and has a long history of working with nanoHUB. He built a nice set of Rapture tools, which he'll talk about.